Yo, what is good, Creative Fam? So excited to be hanging out with you guys tonight. Yeah, we're doing a little late night stream. Just having fun hanging out tonight. I know a lot of you guys are probably pretty excited about tomorrow's big announcement. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Super excited to be hanging out with you guys tonight. Yo, what is up? Will Baxter in the building. Hope you're doing good this week. Hope you guys kicked off your Monday strong. UW Cosplay, what up, bro? Good to see you here. Everyday cameraman, say he in the middle of the desert right now. Middle of the desert, barely any signal, but we're happy that you're hanging out with us. What's up, Giovanni? Good to see you. Exuberant Minds, what it do, bro? Roddy in the building. Hank says, let's get it on. Oh yeah, y'all probably pretty excited about tonight. I'm pretty excited about tonight because tonight we're gonna get a chance to talk about all the stuff that we think we know. All the stuff we think we know that's coming soon. It's going to be a good time tonight. We're going to be hanging out, talking about all the new. As y'all know, tomorrow's a big day, especially for the Lumix shooters. But I've heard through the grapevine that we might also be getting something else that I didn't even know was dropping tomorrow. But I'm pretty excited about it. That's going to be pretty sick. So really, really excited about that. It's going to be a blast. Tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fun. I think I'm probably gonna live stream at some point tomorrow once all the news actually drops. So we'll definitely be doing some live stream tomorrow, getting y'all's reaction. Is Lumix Gang in the chat right now? Is Lumix Gang in the chat right now? I need to know if Lumix Gang is in the chat. I want to know what y'all's thoughts are for tomorrow. Are y'all excited? Are your wallets ready? Chat, let me know. Are you excited? Are your wallets ready? Because tomorrow I got a feeling that a lot of Lumix shooters are going to be putting down a deposit. I think a lot of Lumix shooters are going to be pulling out their wallets and buying some new tomorrow. So yeah, let's take a look. What's up, Logan? Good to see you, brother. Logan in the chat. Chill Collins says, tell me the FX3 2.0 is coming this month. Don't hold your breath, my boy. Don't hold your breath. The only thing we got from Sony this week is the FX3A. We talked about it on Friday, and then that clip came out today. And based off of everybody's comments on the clip, y'all not happy. Sony shooters are not happy about the FX3A. I mean, I get it. It probably was like Sony didn't even really report on it. So, like, us talking about it makes it feel like it's a bigger deal than it maybe should have been, which is why Sony didn't really say anything or do anything with it, because it was only going to probably upset Sony shooters, and unfortunately, that seems to be the case. But, you know, I wouldn't hold your breath for an FX3 2. That's unfortunate. Pack Your Bag says, what's up, fam? Lumix is dropping, DJI dropping new drones, Sony dropping new camera. Now, Sony is reported to be dropping a new camera. It's not the FX3 II though. So, and from what I've heard, it is it's nothing to be excited about. So, but we'll still talk about it. Gus, what's up? He said didn't realize there was a lot. Yeah, man, we just kind of doing an extra little live stream, doing a little extra live stream tonight. We have been live streaming every Monday, doing some gaming streams. Last week we couldn't do it because we had some family stuff going on, and then tonight Jarrell had some stuff going on. So I figured we just go live and talk about everything that's dropping tomorrow, kind of talk about our final thoughts, what we thinking, and then, you know, if a few of y'all want to hang out a little bit later, maybe we'll hop on COD, we'll play some games tonight. Lumix Gang assemble. Talking about Lumix announcement tomorrow. Yeah, I think tomorrow's gonna be pretty exciting. From what I've heard, because obviously you guys saw our show on Friday, or some of y'all saw our show on Friday, a lot of my rumors that I made public on Friday's show, I have heard through the grapevine, they're almost confirmed. Almost everything I said from one of my other sources, another source reached out to me and almost confirmed everything that I said. So, like I said, if you shoot Lumix, you should be very happy. Hank says, spent my money on the S1R Mark II. Well, from what I've heard, this new camera should be in ways, it will be better for video. I've heard that the resolution is not the same, like we saw on L Rumors, I think is what it's called, the website L Rumors. They're reporting this is a 6K sensor, and obviously the S1R2 is a 8K sensor, so the resolution is not the same, but we should be getting a faster readout, which means less jello. Chill Collins says, is the drone the Mavic? That is what everyone is saying. If you actually go on Instagram, there are like full videos of this thing out. It's pretty freaking crazy that it's like doing this well. Like, I can't believe no one else has really talked about it as much, but like people are genuinely leaking the crap out of this drone. So I can't wait to actually see it come out. Gus says, Canon gang. Canon fan people in the chat. David says Sony all day, day. Well, this may not be your month, but I think Sony might come out with something that, it's going to be helpful to some people. I just don't think it'll be good for everybody. Giovanni says, got to get that Paybu card. Yeah, and if you're like me, you better pay it off so you're ready. You're ready for when this new camera drop. My wallet is safe when Lumix makes their announcements. Oh, gosh, I love that. You know what? I get, like, if y'all go, if you guys look, I know on Fridays, it's very easy to just, like, assume I just hate Lumix. I don't hate Lumix. It just comes across that way. But I genuinely don't hate Lumix. But, man, some of the comments that came out on the clip that we dropped on Sunday, bro, there's some Lumix shooters out there who hate me, bro. They think I hate Lumix for real, for real. Don't care enough to correct them. Stan says, somebody please just tell me what to buy. Bro, Stan, it's tough. If y'all don't know, Stanley shoots a lot of the on-set lives. He's been on the live stream a few times. And we got a couple projects actually coming up in the pipeline, so y'all should be seeing Stanley real soon. But, man, I was telling Stanley this earlier. If you buy a camera that came out in 2025 and you can't make it look good, or if you can't buy a camera that came out in, like, 2023, really, 2023, 2024, or 2025, and you can't make that camera look good, bro, it's not the camera anymore. Genuinely, it's just really not the camera anymore. Luke says, I have a C400 and I have a R1 coming in a week. Uh-oh. No complaints over here. All cameras are epic from all manufacturers. 100%. All cameras are dope today. I have not shot with the R1 yet, but man, I really want to. I shoot with the R3 a lot. So for me, it's I'm definitely interested in the R1. Geek of all trades says, when the FX31, aka FX30 Mark II, that FX3A is such a waste, but I get it, I guess. You know what's interesting, and maybe I just don't understand, but like obviously we saw the FX3A. Did the FX30 use a different screen? Because now that I'm reading your comment, it immediately makes me wonder, like, what happened to the FX3? What happened to the FX30? Does the FX30 use a different screen? Somebody in the chat, let me know. I'm gonna check the chat. Somebody let me know. But I'm confused. I don't know why we didn't get an FX30A. That seems like that should have maybe dropped at the same time. Stan says, new drones for real. Yeah, everything is leaning towards us getting a new Mavic here pretty soon. And I'm actually the videos that I have seen, like on Instagram and stuff, are like showcasing like a rotating camera and like some crazy screens and stuff. It's genuinely wild what's all out there for the new Mavic. I just don't know if it's actually dropping. So any rumored specs y'all heard about? Are you asking about if you're asking about the new Lumix, from what I understand, it is supposed to be sorry. Okay, cool. Y'all, I'm getting like messages through the Creative Fam Academy app while simultaneously getting notifications for YouTube, and we're live streaming. There's a lot going on right now. But basically what I've heard about the new Lumix is that it is a 6K partially stacked sensor, which is like really, really sick. It's supposed to be able to shoot, I think, up to 70 frames per second for photos. in that 6K. Also, it can shoot open gate, which is wild. And so this is going to be a super unique open gate auto-focusing camera coming out of Lumix. It's going to bring everything that we already have from Lumix, all the video features that you guys like, false color, peaking, all these other things. And so genuinely, when it comes to video cameras or hybrid cameras that focus on video, not cinema cameras, I'm not putting it in that ballpark. But when it comes to cinema cameras that focus on video, this should be one of the most video focused cameras out there. And it's supposed to have, there is one other feature that's really dope for video. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. I'll let them announce it because I'm afraid if I tell y'all what it is, it might reveal my source. So I'm not going to say what that one feature is. But I will say that everything else that you guys are seeing on L Rumors has pretty much been confirmed, which is pretty dope. Troll Megadon says, we survived the fake tariff scare. Did y'all see this news? I saw this news earlier today. Let me see if I can find the post so I can make sure I get it right. But I saw a post today that the tariffs are, kind of done, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really be keeping up with the news too much, but y'all bet I've been paying attention here. Yeah, okay, so there's one site I follow. It says, United States announced new trade deal with China. The U.S. and China agreed to roll back tariffs for 90 days. So, partial. But it says U.S. will cut tariffs to Chinese goods from 145% down to 30%. And China will lower the tariffs on U.S. goods from 125% down to 10%. Those are huge cuts. That's like, that also might be why we're finally getting like some drops. Like I am pretty confident that we're going to start seeing a lot of cameras and a lot of gear drop that was supposed to drop earlier actually show up. Because like, for example, the Canon R6 Mark III, I was told was delayed because of the tariffs as well. And then I also heard that Sony's A7 IV, I think they're on now, that was delayed because they don't, like, the problem that these companies are rolling into is that they don't want to drop these cameras and, ultimately, like, have to change the prices on them. So, that's at least been what I've heard. But yeah, looks like we might have survived the tariff scare or whatever. We'll see. Brandon and Jay are talking about Lumix drops because they know they aren't going to drop a dime on the gear. That wallet is staying closed. Logan, you're right. All right, moving on. Exuberant says, I bet it's a Sony Alpha A68 6800. I feel like my my source would not have downplayed the new Sony if it was a 6800, because I believe that the 6000 series of Sony cameras are actually really solid. Like, they are very solid entry level like status. Like, as far as I'm concerned, like, how like Sony has the 6000 series, so the 6500, 67, now maybe eventually a 6800. No one else has really like pierced the cropped market like that. Like, obviously, I love I use, like, this camera right here is a Canon R7, and that's cropped, and I think it's a great camera. But, like, no camera has really made waves in the crop, like, mirrorless cameras like the A6000 series from Sony. So, if a 6800 was coming this month, I feel like my source wouldn't have downplayed it as much, but we'll see. Markman says, no noise like the Nikon. So this is something I have been hearing. So the rumor currently with the Lumix camera is that it is using the same sensor as the Nikon Z6. Yeah, the Nikon Z6. Bro, so many brands. I can't even keep up 9 times out of 10. But the Lumix apparently is cleaner. This is what I've heard. It's cleaner and it's open gate, which is, like, at a certain degree, I really do wonder, maybe somebody in the chat knows, but like at some point, why doesn't everybody have open gate? Like, it's not like it's something that I like run to or want to like that I need to use on a regular basis, but it'd be nice to have. And I really don't understand why Lumix and I guess Black Magic seem to be the only two brands that are actually like utilizing OpenGate. Somebody make it make sense. Black Magic Mafia in the building. What's up? Y'all should be kind of happy tomorrow too, because I hear that a new lens is coming. It's not their premium lenses, which means it'll be more affordable, but it's going to be a 24 to 60 millimeter lens. And obviously it'll have autofocus. And so for the Black Magic Mafia out there who's embracing this new autofocus wave that is crashing over the Black Magic army, new lenses with the L mount that have good autofocus, that'll be dope for y'all. Be curious to see what the U.S. price will be on the new gear. Joe, I'm hoping that they actually give us a price. Before today and the tariff stuff dropped, I didn't think we'd actually get new prices with new gear releases. I actually thought that like a lot of the brands were just gonna announce the camera, and then when it was like ready to ship, they would like sort of release the prices. But it seems like right now we might actually get like some prices because the tariff, the short-term tariff fix. But they say they're rolling it back for 90 days. But the last time the tariffs did it, they just paused them. Nobody dropped their tariffs. This time, the tariffs have actually dropped for the 90 days. So I think we're going to be good after this. This is looking promising. Is Canon dropping the R6 Mark II? R6 Mark II is already out. You're looking for the R6 Mark III. And hopefully now that the tariffs are fixed, that should win. R50V is a sleeper, a mini R5C. Got it for my girl and ended up using it as a B cam, and I kept it. Gus, that's diabolical. How you gonna buy a gift for your girl and then take it back? Trash. No, I'm just messing with you. Bro, I actually ordered it because I figured it was gonna be a dope camera, and I just haven't got mine in yet. I don't know what's going on. I was supposed to call B&H today. Totally forgot. He says, all good. Most YouTubers hate Nikon. I don't hate Nikon. In fact, I actually helped release the Nikon Z6 III, in case y'all missed that. When the Nikon Z6 III came out, I was a part of the campaign. So if you go on their website, you look up the Z6 III, I'm on there. And if you go on to Nikon Cinema, they're using my likeness on there too, which is wild. That didn't exist when I signed the contract. So read your contracts, boys and girls. What camera brand is the most fun to make fun of? Alex, this is a fantastic question. It's very easy. For me, it's Lumix all day. Like I was gonna say something else, Alex. And it's not even that I like making fun of Lumix, because Lumix makes dope cameras. Like, they make good stuff. But man, when the people who don't know us show up and they hear me make fun of Lumix, which I make fun of everybody. I make fun of Canon. I make fun of Sony. Anybody can get it. Except Red. I don't make fun of Red because Red's perfect, you know? But when I make fun of Lumix shooters and they don't watch the show, so they just watch a clip, the way they take stuff out of context and think I really be hating on them is hilarious. Oh my gosh. I feel bad though. Personally, I'm a Lumix shooter, but I'm starting to get tired of it and looking to switch. Wait till tomorrow, Will. Just wait till tomorrow. The FX30 has a better screen. Oh, okay, so that's what happened. So the FX30 did get a better screen, and it looks like the FX30B happened. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So I'm way behind on the chat, as I can tell right now. So let me see if I can get caught up. No, Eva 2 is not dropping anytime soon. Gus says your focus is A. What does that mean? Your focus is A. I don't know what that means. If you're saying my focus is off, that's because I'm using a cinema lens right now, and it's not autofocusing. So if I lean back, I just go out of focus, and if I lean in, I do get in focus. I'm sort of testing something tonight, but if I sit right here, this is about where my focus plane is. But you're right. If I get too casual and I start leaning back, yeah, I'm definitely falling out of focus. Yeah. So let's just tomorrow tariffs back. Don't worry. No, let's hope there's no tariffs. Chill. We don't need no more tariffs. Troll Magnus says they just put that ish back to normal. It's wild. They took us through this entire tariff scare for literally no reason. I genuinely don't know what the heck is going on with it, but it's really annoying. The R50 is quirky, but it's a good C cam to the R5C and the C80. Let's see. I'm trying to get caught up on the chat. So yeah, we got some crazy new cameras that are going to be dropping. I got a question for y'all. I feel like now that the tariff situation is done, a few things can actually happen. One, Osmo Pockets can go back to reasonable prices. If y'all didn't see, the Osmo Pocket got up to over $800, y'all. $800 for an Osmo Pocket? Diabolical. Like, just take it down, right? There's no point in selling an Osmo Pocket for $800. Like, I'm sorry, there's genuinely no point. Just make it unavailable for a minute. Inara Pictures says tariffs are done. Kinda. 90 days. There's a 90-day rollback. But they didn't just pause the tariffs this time. The U.S. dropped down to 35. They're tariffing China 35, and then they're tariffing us 10%. So huge roll downs. We're not paying 145% tariffs no more. So that's good. And this news literally dropped like today. I was looking at my deal 10 hours ago. So literally 10 hours ago, all this stuff happened. Let me see. What? Oh, y'all, I just got a little sneak peek. Oh gosh, I can't say anything. Dang it. Hold on. Let me read this because this is y'all, because I'm live. People are actively sending me stuff right now. Let me read this and see what I can share. Hold on. Oh, literally it says this is private information, so don't repeat it. Oh. Uh-oh. I just heard some bad news. How do I position this, chat? How do I position this? Can I blink in Morse code? Oh gosh, it's bad news too. Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up. Oh, dang. Yo, you're scared, bro. I'm scared. The whole point of this live stream was to tell y'all some good news, and then I just got freaking bad news. And this is live, so I can't even, like, edit this out. I got to figure out how I'm going to handle this. God dang it. It's not about Lumix. I'll tell you that. It's not about Lumix. Tomorrow, Lumix, y'all should be okay. Lumix gang, y'all should be fine. Lumix gang, you're gonna be fine. Tristan, you're gonna be fine. Lumix gang, you should be okay. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. I'll just tell you, Lumix gang, you'll be fine. Frick. Let me see if I can. Gus says, can you have us in the mentorship program to sign NDAs? Oh my gosh. This sounds worse. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm building up something I really can't talk about, and I don't want to be that kind of YouTuber where it's like, oh, I can't tell you. Genuinely just got news I can't talk about. So it sucks. Let's talk about stuff we can talk about though. So, Nikon went under, blinked 3 times. Nikon did not just go under. Nikon won't go under. I'll tell you that much. I mean, you guys will find out literally tomorrow. You guys will figure out the details tomorrow. We'll figure out what this means tomorrow. But there's just something else that we thought was coming tomorrow. it kind of is, kind of isn't. So yeah, sorry, guys. I feel like a jerk that I can't tell this, because this person genuinely, if I give out this information, it will 100% give away who my source is. Like it won't even be a question. So yeah, for now we're gonna pour one out for tomorrow being a little bit of a mucky day, but for the most part, Lumix Gang, y'all will be very happy, and Lumix Gang, y'all gonna have a great day tomorrow. So I'll just say that. Lumix Gang gonna have a great day tomorrow. I do feel that though, that for the news that I just got, this is stuff that was obviously put into play like a long time ago. So I do believe that this tariff situation should make things better. This has been like one of the things I've been kind of talking about a lot lately on stream. It's just that like when it comes to the tariff situation right now, it is causing so many little like issues. Like, for example, we talked about it on the show before, but like Fuji released a new camera and then got a bunch of people to pre-order that thing. And then as soon as the pre-orders sort of started, people started buying the camera, because they couldn't get the camera into the U.S. because tariffs were too expensive at the price, they just canceled everybody's order. Just flat out was like, nah, we're not doing this. So they just flat out canceled everybody's order, which kind of sucks. So Tristan, you're onto something. That's all I'm going to say. Chat, y'all figure it out. Tristan's onto something. So yeah, so it is going to be interesting to see what happens. But I believe that now that the tariffs have dropped, specifically with China, because so much of our gear comes from China, like so much of it. And even stuff that's like not manufactured in China, parts are manufactured in China and then sent over to other countries. And even there's like companies here where stuff is manufactured in China and then it's sent to the US where they'll like assemble it and then put it in a box and sell it. And so it's made in the US, technically, quote unquote, by whatever weird standards we classify that. But then when that product comes over from China, even though it's being sort of, oh Lord, Dave Chappelle's still on this thing. But even though that product is still being sent over, it still becomes a issue for that tariff. Tro Magna says, I was about to buy a Komodo X Nikon mount, but they told me they would have to I think it's supposed to be add another $750 just on principle. I'm giving up my Red Dreams and sticking with my FX30. That is crazy. I would call them again tomorrow. Like genuinely, I would call them again tomorrow. That's crazy. Who was trying to charge you an extra $750? I don't think that's the rate on Red's website. And there's no way Red is gonna just charge you an extra $750 and that's not being represented on their website. That's diabolical. Let me check that real quick. Let's check that out real quick. That's wild. Has anybody else experienced that? Who'd you buy through? Troll Magnon. Magadon. Is that it? Troll Magadon? I don't freaking know. I'm dyslexic. Y'all know y'all be struggling. Let's go to Red's website. Red.com. Have your cameras been raised $750? If this is true, this would be insane. Nah, bro. I'm looking at it on the website right now. It's still $6,995. So I don't know where you were buying, bro, but I would definitely consider going to go to Red's website directly. Order it directly from Red. Should have never gave. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Chill, bro. We got the same sense of humor. Oh my gosh. That's black magic. Evil darkness. Darkness is. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Right now, if you go on Red's website, they're not it doesn't look like they're charging that extra amount. I'm hoping they've got the price right. Let's see. Ted says, Fuji hasn't been able to keep up with the demand since 2020. I think tariffs are a scapegoat for their slow production anyway. Ted, I believe that Fuji is selling everything at dang near a loss. And so when the tariffs kicked in, they had no room for margin. Like almost like genuinely no room for margin. And you're right, when it comes to the what is it? X100 X106 or whatever. Bro, that camera's been back ordered forever. Actually, let's check. Let's check B&H. Let's see what they got. X106 back ordered. That's oh wait, no. The silver one is back. Nope. Are you serious? The X106 is still back ordered? That's crazy. That's genuinely crazy. I can't believe that's true. That's wild. That's dumb. That's dumb, but that's wild. Because of the tariffs, it is now the DJI Mavic will be $4,000. Bro, I'm sorry, but for $4,000, my current drone flies perfectly fine. No chance. The DJI Hasselblad camera, no, I don't think that's coming anytime soon. I genuinely don't think that's coming anytime soon. Gus says, I think I saw somewhere that they won't allow tariffs to stack. Hope that's true. Well, now tariffs should be better, so we should be good. We should be good on the tariffs. I'm hoping. I'm saying positively. I'm thinking positively. We should be good on tariffs for a minute. At least that's my hope. Y'all been wanting that autofocus and full frame for so long that production standards went up on YouTube. Lumix had all the potential tools inside for so long. All they needed was that autofocus. 100%. Actually, if you go back far enough on my main YouTube channel, on the Brandon Washington YouTube channel, I actually shot with the S5 II. I think it was the S5 II. And when I shot with the S5 II, I actually loved that camera for like genuinely. I like the 24-70 lens. They also sent me out the 50 lens to test with it. And it was like a solid camera, but the autofocus was unreliable, like genuinely unreliable, even for just like vlogging. And it wasn't that it was like making huge misses, but it was just doing these micro hunting. And with their lenses having so much focus breathing, it just gave the whole image like this like pulsing, breathing look. And that was just unusable. It was just unusable. But now, from what I've heard, except if you go talk to Brandon Talbot, he said their autofocus is good. It was something with their manual focus. Their autofocus is better from what I've heard. I've heard their autofocus is better. So probably time to give it another shot. We'll see. Let's see. Maxstar Computer Store, I was going to give them $3,000 and finance the rest. Yeah, dude, I don't know. That $750 mess is trash. Maybe they were charging you $750 extra for something else. But I know Red offers no interest financing directly. Well, they have like a partner that they go through. And so you can do no interest financing through Red. And you can also try to apply for a B&H Paybu card, and that'll also get you no interest financing too. But they're saying invest in lenses. I mean, if you want to buy the red, buy the red. Realistically, it's completely up to you. And like right now, I had told everybody to put everything on pause because of the tariff situation. I feel like we can open things back up. Like if you need to buy some stuff, we might be okay. This might not be as bad as we all thought it was going to be. But it's always good to prepare just in case. Going to put the red Komodo X on my wedding registry. Bro, that's really where it's at. I'll be honest with y'all. When me and my wife got married, we didn't have like a super expensive wedding or anything like that. Like we kept everything super chill so we could save that money. So if you want to get people to buy you stuff, dude, I think putting Red Komodo X on your registry, or like gift cards to B&H on your registry, that's next level thinking. Now that they're about to drop the most versatile device, and all other brands are leaning too much in one area. You know, if you're talking about Lumix, I think you might be right. Lumix, this next camera, when it comes to video, might be the most versatile video camera. Yeah, it might be the most versatile video camera. And there's one feature that I won't say what it is, but if you know what we're talking about, feel free and sound off in the chat. Me and Jarrell called it a gimmick in one of their other cameras, but I've heard that feature might be coming to this camera. And if that's the case, this will definitely be something that people are going to talk about, including us. You think Lumix and Blackmagic are working close together? I don't know if Blackmagic is inside of the L-Mount Alliance, but they are definitely benefiting from the L-Mount. That is for sure. I will say that, like, when Red had they still have, but when Red was not bought by Nikon and they were rocking the RF mount, they had communication with Canon, but they weren't given any any crazy information from Canon. Because obviously you're sharing the same mount. You have to be in conversation. There has to be contracts. You can't just steal somebody's mount and throw it on your camera. So there's obviously a chain of communication. I personally believe that if Lumix held down the hybrid side of things, Blackmagic held down the cinema side of things, and they kind of work together, like especially like if you could introduce Lumix autofocus inside of the Blackmagic, that would definitely be dope for the Blackmagic shooters out there. But Lumix cares a lot about video shooters. So if they were to empower Blackmagic too much, they would basically be empowering their competitors, especially because the prices of the cameras are so similar. Like, look at a Pixis and then look at basically what's going to be the S1 II tomorrow. They're going to be about the same price. And so genuinely, you're going to have to ask yourself, do I buy a Pixis or do I buy a Lumix? Lumix don't want that problem, so they don't want to make Blackmagics better, because if they make the Blackmagic better but for the same price as their own competition, then that's money out of Lumix's pocket, unless they're making a ton of money on licensing out that lens. So I don't personally think that Lumix and Blackmagic are working like super, super close, but there has to be some type of a conversation happening since the mount is on there. Let's see. Tips for getting new cameras same day as the embargo is lifted is getting a local camera store. All new drops I get same day. Yeah, so that's definitely a good call, Gus. What I normally do is if I want like a new camera, which I didn't do this time because specifically I was trying to put it on my B&H Paybu card. But what I'll normally do is I'll put in an order with a local camera shop, and then I will also put in a order on B&H with my Paybu card. So then whichever one comes in first, that's the one I go with, and I cancel the other one. And most local shops, they they'll say, hey, put $100 down to, save your spot. And then if you cancel, they'll give you your $100 back. At least that's how it works here in Houston. But out in New York, where B&H is at, you can just put it on your Paybu card. They don't charge the card, and you can always cancel the order before they charge your card, and it doesn't hurt you at all. So that's sort of how I be making sure I can get my stuff. But this Canon camera, I'm not winning on this one right now. But it's kind of this is gonna sound terrible. It's kind of like a play camera for me, so I'm not really tripping about it. It says ultimately L-Mount website says 2025 Leica camera. Yeah. So for y'all, when I was talking about the L-Mount, Leica is technically the one that runs. Well, Leica and Lumix. So it's Leica, Lumix, and Sigma. They're all a part of that L-Mount Alliance. Are you interested in the Blazar Mantis? So, short answer, yeah, I'm interested. I think it's very cool. And these lenses were designed primarily for 16:9 sensors. So for cameras that don't have open gate, that's where the Mantises really are going to shine. When we talked to the guy at Blazar, like one of their heads of products or whatever, he basically said they made these lenses because not all cameras have open gate, and you don't want to end up cropping a lot on a 16:9 sensor. If you don't have open gate, then you can't really take advantage of every single pixel on your sensor, right? So for that reason, 100% interested in the Mantis. I probably am not going to buy them because I already own the Remus set, and I'm not shooting anamorphic. I'm not Cam Mackey. Every project I do is not on anamorphic. In fact, most of the products I do are not on anamorphic. So, because mostly what I do is professional. Like, I mean, that sounds terrible. Sorry, I don't mean like Cam's not professional. I mean, I'm doing more like corporate, commercial type work. It's like for business professionals. They don't want like crazy cinematic stuff. Like they want clean, polished, commercial look. What's up, John? Good to see you again today. Shout out to John. Shout out to all of our CFA mentorship program people in the chat right now. John's in the chat. Gus is in the chat. If you're in the mentorship program, sound off if you're just watching. I want to just shout y'all out because y'all are amazing. And we had our first day of the mentorship program tonight or this morning. And honestly, I thought it was so good. Such a good first meeting. Had a great time hanging out with y'all. And then I got to work all day today, and now tonight we're just hanging out. We're chilling, having a good time. Watt says 90 days for less tariffs. I think we should be okay. I know they put 90 days on it, but that's just because I don't think they wanted to like sign anything official yet. But, you know, I think we should be okay. Cool Blue, he says tariffs changed on the 14th. No, we already changed them. We got the notice today. Mark says, wait, what? Now I'm getting a Red Komodo X with no month's interest? Yeah. You can go to Red's website, or you can go to B&H and do it with Paybu, or you can go to Red's website. They have a no interest financing deal. Brandon, focus the camera on you, not the mic. My bad. Look, I told y'all, it's an autofocus. It's a manual focus lens. Am I really that freaking out of focus? Let me know. Tristan, you on one tonight. All right, let's keep going. Gregory says, pretty sure Blackmagic is in the L-Mount Alliance. I don't think so. I really don't think they are. They're using the L-Mount, but I don't think that makes them a part of the actual L-Mount Alliance. Oh my gosh. Doc is in the chat. Doc, go away. I don't need to be bullied on the internet tonight. My self-esteem can't handle it. Oh, I know. I just opened up a can of worms. On your focus with your red tip. Wait, what did he say? Hank says, Brandon, when are you going to give us a demo on how to focus with your red tips and tricks? What? When are you gonna give us a demo on how you focus with your red tips and tricks? I mean, I guess though the way I do focus with the with my red is I use the edge feature. Let's see. John says, what happened to the Pixis? Okay, so I sent the Pixis back. I got the Pixis in, and so I had this deal with B&H because I'm like an affiliate or whatever, where I can basically request to like test out a camera for like 30 days or whatever, and they help support the channel. And so I got the Pixis, tested it out. And the nice thing is that I can always, like, if I choose to buy the camera, I can just keep it, right? So it's almost like a way to, like, I don't know, just sort of like test it out and see if I really want to keep it. But after I used the Pixis, I had a few issues with it. Well, first, the biggest one that I had with the Pixis is the Pixis has a, oh, what happened? Let me just make sure that my stream is we still live, right? Okay, yeah, we're still good. But the biggest problem I had with the Pixis is everybody kept telling me, get the Pixis if you want to shoot like open gate, anamorphic. So I got the Pixis and I was planning to use it for anamorphic, but it kept giving me like weird issues with the different D-squeeze and stuff like that. So that was like one issue I ran into with the Pixis. The other issue I ran into with the Pixis was just like, it just wasn't easy to rig out in a small form factor. Like when I want to build out like a big, massive rig, that's my Raptor, right? That's the camera that I primarily use that for. And with the Pixis, once I started like having to like put a side handle on there and put the monitor on there and everything else, it just got so big so quickly. Even though it's a small, lightweight camera, I just couldn't find a rig that allowed me to keep it like super slim down. So again, no problem with the Pixis. I think it's still a solid camera, great image quality, can be great for you. But today, I mostly buy cameras not because of the images that they create, because as I said before, if you can't make a camera that's came out in the last 3 years look good, the problem is not the camera. So for me, I mostly buy cameras based off of like the use case and like how I'm going to use it. And like I had two main ways I wanted to use the Pixis. I wanted to use it for anamorphic shooting and I wanted to use it for live streaming. And it just wasn't the perfect solution for either one. But like I said, Pixis is still dope. Brandon, let's see. L-Mount Alliance is Leica, Panasonic, and Sigma. Yep. Lumix handles UI, and Leica handles glass certification and standards. And then I guess Sigma comes in to just offer affordable versions of those same lenses, which is nice. Any word on the Sony A7 IV? So the A7 IV right now, from what I've heard, is being delayed, but because they want it to come out around the same time as the Canon R6 Mark III. And the Canon R6 Mark III was delayed, from what I understand, because of tariffs. So once tariffs get taken care of, Canon will then eventually be ready to drop the R6 Mark III, and then Sony should then also be ready to drop the A7 IV. That's just what I've heard. Don't know how true that is. Those are coming from a few different rumor sites that I try to keep up with. But the Sony thing I actually heard from a pretty reliable source. So we'll see. Let's see. Jury says, why is my name yellow? It's just random. It picks random colors for each person when you guys chat, so that way you guys can pop up on screen. Directly from the L-Mount Alliance website. Currently, the members of the Alliance are the Leica, Sigma, Panasonic, oh yeah, DJI. DJI is technically a part of the L-Mount Alliance too. I forgot about that. All right. Mirrorless bodies are better than box style. Fight me in the comments. Where we pull up? Where we pull up? Where do we pull up? Actually, I'm just kidding. I think that the perfect camera body style, selfishly, this is my opinion, but I think that the perfect camera body style is actually a hybrid between a box and a mirrorless, and to me, that is probably the FX3. I'll say it. I don't necessarily love everything about the FX3, including a lot of the like the images that are coming out, some of the specs, some of the lack of raw, internal, all those things, whatever, yada, 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 whoop, whoop. But I do believe that the best video camera body we've gotten so far is probably something like an FX3. I know somebody is saying, is the C80 not perfect? The C80 is great. It's just a little too big. And I think that the perfect all around, like if you're going to use it every single day, the nice body type to me is the FX3. That said, I think the C80, the FX6, they definitely have their places, but a camera that I'd want to use every day is definitely going to be a FX3 style, FX30 style. But dude, the Sonys are missing on a lot of things, like frame rates, some of the stuff that has to do with like the actual internal RAW, like I said, that is missing. It can technically go external, but then you got to get a license, and it's ProRes RAW, and there's like all these different things. And now they're saying, well, no, I don't think the FX3 is going to get it. But, technically could they go to Blackmagic RAW possibly, but there's just a lot of limitations with the FX3. So I personally love the FX3 body style. You can fight me on that, jury, if you want to. Joel says, just want to thank you for all your helpful content. Your Ecamm show is amazing and helpful. Thanks. Oh, man, I appreciate that. If y'all didn't know, I've been doing a show over on Ecamm's YouTube channel. We've been running it for, man, I've lost count now. 6 episodes? I think we're 6 episodes in. We've got 2 more episodes left. And we do them every single Thursday at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. We have a blast. We have so much fun over there. We playing music, dancing, teaching, throwing money in the air. It's reckless. It's reckless that Ecamm gave me my own show on their platform. And so I'm going to tease them and make them regret that decision, but not so much that they don't give me another one, right? AM the music says, Ari not ready to jump into the baby bodies, so they're just going to be licensing through Lumix. Smart move. They have great log profiles. Ari and Leica is what I use. I personally would love to see Ari dip their toes, but I understand what they're doing. They're trying to, right now, they are, especially after what Red has done, or Red getting acquired by Nikon and then doing price drops and stuff like that. Ari is kind of the only true premium high-end cinema camera brand that doesn't have like an affordable entry mark. Like them, and then I guess what's the one that Red helps do? Red builds their cameras. What's it called? Red doesn't build their cameras, but they help them make their cameras. What's the camera called? Oh, man, that's enough. Paramount. No. Is it Paramount? No, it's not Paramount. What is it? Panavision. Red helps build Panavision cameras. But like Panavision cameras you can't even buy. Like you got to rent Panavision cameras for your film. And then you have Ari that's on the high end. So, yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. If like Ari ever does get into the more affordable range, but it doesn't feel like that's something that they're going to do. I do believe they'll just keep licensing through Lumix. Panasonic should develop their own raw video format. I don't think they want to pay, if I'm being honest with you, because right now the only way to develop your own version of compressed RAW is you have to go through the patent. And currently, well, I don't really know what the rules are now, because before Red owned the patent. Red is now owned by Nikon, so I would assume Nikon owns the patent. But I know in the past, Nikon would license the ability to make compressed RAW. So like when Apple came out with ProRes RAW, they had to go through Red's license. Even I believe Blackmagic had to a certain degree go through the Red patent, even though it's a different patent, even though it's a different flavor of RAW. If Lumix wants to come out with their own, they'll probably have to do the same thing. But now, instead of negotiating with Red as a company, you have to go negotiate with Nikon, and that is a completely different type of conversation, because that's more of a direct competitor. Oh Lord, that made me jump. $5 super chat came in. Let me grab that one and pull it up on the screen. Oh, Troll Magnodon again. He says, the A7 IV with Ari Phantom LUTs is so close to an Ari for most of us. Problem is overheating quickly, but I live in Las Vegas. FX30 is a good pair. This is one of those things that I think if Lumix starts bringing this Ari log internal to their cameras, this is one of those things that I think video shooters are going to be like trying to jump all over. Like, genuinely, like in a very genuine way, we might see, man, it's crazy to say on live. This is a crazy thing to say out loud publicly. We might see a wave of Lumix shooters taking over. And here's the reason why I say this. This is a crazy comment to be making, especially if you actually watch my content and you know me. But the truth is that right now, Sony is lacking. People are waiting for the FX3 Mark II. People are, people have the A7 IV and they're waiting on, people have the A7 IV and they're waiting on the A7 V and it hasn't come out yet. Canon fan people, they don't move. Ask Jarrell. Canon fan people are locked in where they are. They ain't going nowhere. So I'm not talking about them. But the truth is that right now, Lumix is going real hard with video, which is what Nikon did too. Nikon's done the same thing. So Lumix and Nikon are kind of doing the same thing. But here's the difference. Somehow, Lumix is starting to win over the YouTubers. The YouTubes. The tube douchers, as they call us, right? They ain't won me over. But we've all seen them. We've all seen the Lumix guys posting their Lumix content. Lumix is starting to take people on more trips than even Sony is doing. So a lot of Sony YouTube channels, a lot of Sony YouTube creators are now starting to shoot with a lot of Lumix. And let's not pretend these guys ain't got influence. So there might be a chance that people start making that switch, especially when you got Leica lenses, you got Sigma lenses, you got Panasonic lenses. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying everybody about to switch to Lumix, but everybody wants to shoot anamorphic. Who's got open gate? Everybody wants video focused features inside their mirrorless cameras. Who's got false color? Who's got waveforms? Lumix got it. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that I'm finna go sell all my stuff, because y'all know I'm too financially invested to do anything right now. But I don't know. There might be some people. I talked to somebody today. I don't know if he's still in the chat and he wants to he was in the chat earlier. But I talked to somebody today who was like, they own a Red, they own Canons, they've bought Sonys. I don't know if they still own their Sony or not. But they told me literally today, I've been thinking about a Lumix. And I was like, bro, just wait till tomorrow. So I'm just saying, there are people out there who are considering making that jump over to Lumix. Chandler the God, I'm going to jump down to your comment real quick. Because he says, who cares? The image is beautiful. Here's my thing. I believe that this is sort of the thing that Lumix has going for it right now. Lumix, when every camera is good, right? When every camera is good, here's the issue you run into. Now you're not buying a camera because of the image, because every image is good. Like, I think today, between YouTube videos and freaking Instagram reels even, there's everybody's teaching you how to get a good image. Everybody's teaching you how to get a good image. At this point, turn your camera on, put some light on the sensor, and point it at something beautiful. You got a good image, right? And people's standards for needing to tell a crazy story and all that stuff have even dropped, because you can just post. A lot of people just posting stuff on social media. So if every camera's good and everybody can make a good image, well, cameras don't matter, right? The image don't matter. So what does matter? Well, what matters then is, what does the camera give me that helps me craft that image better? And for a lot of us, that's going to be things like false color, autofocus, better, open gate, so you can work with different lenses. People are going to start looking for things that help them create better images, not a sensor that actually creates a better image, because every camera makes a good image. So now it becomes, how does this camera work for me, than necessarily what can the camera produce, because all the cameras can produce something dope. That's just my theory. That's the theory I'm running with. And currently, Lumix is the one that's putting the most into it for video right now. That's what I can. That's at least my thought. And this is coming from an avid Lumix hater, as y'all like to call me. I am an avid Lumix hater. Everybody on the internet tells me I'm a Lumix hater. I'm the opposite of a fanboy. And so if I feel that way, I can only imagine what the rest of the market is looking at. So Bro, if Lumix would have fixed their autofocus during the pandemic, they would have probably killed Sony. Dude, I 100% agree with you there. The problem is people have too much invested, like in lenses and stuff. So Mark says, do Sony fan people move? So here's the thing. I think the rule is, for me, I believe that the rule has always been, once you spend about $2,500 on a camera body, it becomes very difficult for you to move. The flip of that is, once you've also bought two, let's call them like L series lenses or G Master lenses or signature lenses, once you bought two of the high-end lenses from a brand, the chances of you moving are significantly lower. This is the only reason why I thought Nikon had a really solid chance, was because with the Megadapt adapter, you can throw Sony G Master lenses on Nikon bodies. So if you've bought those expensive lenses from Sony, you might actually still switch because, well, let's face it, you can use those lenses on a Nikon body. And even when Red now has the Nikon mount on it, same thing. I've talked to a few Sony shooters who have switched, or not necessarily switched, but they bought Reds because they can now use their Sony lenses on a Red. Same thing's going to be the problem that Lumix is going to have. If people have bought too much, they're not switching. If you're too invested in your system, you're not going to switch, because you're not going to take a loss on your gear to make that switch. But if you haven't invested too much, I think you can get some Sony shooters, some maybe not Canon, but I think you can get some Sony shooters, some Fuji shooters, to maybe make that jump and switch over to Lumix. I think you could even potentially get some Blackmagic shooters to switch over to Lumix because they have the same L mount. I think you could get some Blackmagic shooters to switch over to Lumix too, if you drop the right camera, which tomorrow, from what I've heard, it might be the right camera for a lot of people. Sony created a hyper fragmentation problem that Canon had for themselves. Yeah, Sony does have an issue. They got too many cameras, so we'll see. We'll see how they fix that. I am featured on the Lumix site too. Oh yeah, I'll have to check that out. I was really, really close to switching to Lumix, but they waited too long. Now I've got too much Sony stuff to switch. Boom. Literally what I just was saying. Let's see. Canon people are locked into Canon. Has coerced their users to spend $4,000 per lens. That is one thing Canon has done. It's really stupid. They lock you in, and then now their lenses are so expensive. It's almost like a freaking monopoly. They're like, oh, we're gonna trap you in with low prices, and then boom, $4,000 per lens. When your camera is $1,000 less and is still competitive, it sells itself. I don't know, because I feel like Blackmagic cameras are ridiculously well priced for what they give you. And maybe it's an autofocus thing. Actually, as I'm saying that out loud, I think it's just autofocus. If Blackmagic had like killer autofocus, they would take over for sure. Especially if they could stay at their current price point. Dude, diabolical. Mark says they can't get past the potato statement. I think Nikon's overcome the potato deal. I mean, now it's like a joke, but it's not serious. No one really thinks a Nikon camera shoots like a potato. If you do, you're just ignorant. You haven't actually used it. But I do believe that, like, if you show up somewhere and you have a Nikon, people are going to talk trash about you, though, just because they think it's funny. Just like how I have fun making fun of Lumix people, people have fun making fun of Nikon people. It's not that they actually believe Nikon is trash. Canon cameras are non-competition. Canon cameras are no competition, the ugliest bodies. That's a hot take. Does anybody have an uglier camera body than Canon? I feel like Canon cameras are the most basic camera bodies. I don't know if they're the ugliest. Gosh, it's going to sound like a hate, but I don't know. What do y'all think, chat? Who has the ugliest camera bodies? Actually, let's see if we can make that a poll. Let's see. How do I make a poll? Plus, start a poll. Let's do a poll. Who has the ugliest camera bodies? All right, let's see. Hold on, chat. Let me put the poll in first. Jeez. All right, we're gonna go Canon. Who else needs to be in here? Sony. Add option. Let's do Lumix. And all right, who's the other one? Y'all let me know. Who has the ugliest camera bodies? Throw them in the chat right now. Let me see. I see Blackmagic designs are pretty ugly. Bro, the Pocket, ugly. Wide, weird. Yeah, we might throw Blackmagic in here. I see Sony. I see Panasonic. Sony, Panasonic, Blackmagic. Lumix bodies are heavy and their batteries are about 5 pounds. Fuji. I need to know. I got Canon in here. I got Sony. I got Lumix. Y'all are saying Blackmagic. Canon is like Shannon Sharp's accuser. Body is lackluster, though process is immature, and they overcharge for something we could get anywhere else. That is the funniest comment. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bro, where is that comment? Let me throw that up on chat. That is diabolical. Oh my gosh. Y'all, that is wild. That is a wild comment. All right, we're going to put Blackmagic on the list. Blackmagic design. Bro, that is genuinely diabolical. That's hilarious. All right, let me see. Uh-oh, what did I put on the screen? Oh, my bad. Let me get rid of that. All right, Blackmagic design is our fourth camera. Blackmagic design. All right, the poll is off. Vote in the chat. Let me know who has the ugliest camera bodies. Let us know. Start it off. Go ahead and vote it on. Let's see who's got the ugliest camera body. Dang! Blackmagic design came out the gates, kicking everybody to the curb. All right, if you shoot Blackmagic Mafia, you gonna let them just run you like that? That's crazy. Even Blackmagic shooters in here are saying that Blackmagic's got ugly cameras. That's wild. Let us know. Bro, that comment is still diabolical. I will say, the Pixis is nice looking for Blackmagic. I just don't like the screen on the side. I think the screen on the side is just not usable. So, but bro, y'all are ruthless right now. Blackmagic design is winning by a large margin. I mean, over 50% of the votes, and there are 4 different cameras on here. That's crazy. Jury say Blackmagic, she got a hard face, bro. Oh my gosh. Man, y'all comments are wild. I feel like the Pixis is a butter screen. You know what I mean? Like, it's a butter screen. Everything looks good but the screen. Like, bro, everything else is solid. I'm with it. Oh my gosh. Doc says, if I offered people $5K to switch to the camera you claim to hate, they would switch. All this shade comes from false pretenses. Doc, I have a question. Does your $5,000 also include me getting back 100% the value of my current system? Because if I can get 100% the value of my current system, I will take your $5,000 and the thousands of dollars that I have already invested in Canon, and I would be more than happy to look at switching. But until you're offering me $5,000 and 100% of my value, ain't gonna happen. Y'all went in. How did the Blackmagic go up higher? More people are showing up and voting for Blackmagic? Dang. Bro, somebody at Blackmagic gonna be mad at y'all. I ain't say nothing. Actually, I said a lot. My bad. I did say a lot. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Bro, the fact that Blackmagic has 62% of the votes for who has the ugliest camera bodies is wild. That is crazy. That is genuinely crazy. Ron says, if you give me $5K and the camera, sure. Yeah, Jury says the system switch can cost more than $10,000. So like, I'm not even exaggerating. In the RF world, because here's my, gosh, it's so annoying. But so I bought Reds when they were RF mounted. So I invested into the RF system. And because I have my Reds that are RF mounted, I then also bought Canon cameras because same mount, double the use of my lens, right? So I've got so many RF lenses that like to switch would genuinely probably cost me, I'm going to guess like, man, if you count my Reds in there, oh, bro, it's like a $40,000-$50,000 investment for me right now in RF mounted stuff. So your $5,000, Doc, don't mean nothing to me. Kofi's in the building. He says the only camera dropping tomorrow is the FX3 II. Y'all, I'm telling you right now, Kofi is trolling y'all. Don't let this man skew you. Because we all know Kofi's going to drop a video with whatever's happening tomorrow. And he know he ain't made no FX3 II video. Don't come in here with that rage bait, Kofi. Look, Preston knows. What you coming in here with that nonsense for? Nah, he ain't Uncle Kof today. He's not Unc today. This man's coming here trying to be diabolical for no reason. We already know, Kofi. It's all lies. All lies. Logan says RF is truly a prison once you're invested. Bro, it really is. I have never felt so locked. Like even when there was a moment where like I was ready to switch all into Nikon. I genuinely was thinking about it, especially when the Z mount came out for the Reds. But then I just started doing the genuine math of how much I would lose on selling my lenses used and all this stuff that like I haven't like written it off yet, because like personally, like I would be willing to actually switch to any brand at this point. I just got to figure out, I think from a genuine I'm tired of being locked into the RF system. I have been thinking about selling off some of my stuff just so I can not be so locked in. But then I buy another RF lens and I get even further locked in. Like I just bought the Laowa 10 millimeter RF lens. I just locked myself in even deeper. It was, I have a problem, Logan, and I can't help it. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to RF glass, even though I don't want it, and I know it's bad for me. It's a problem. I've admitted the problem. That's the first step, but I ain't doing step 2 yet. What's up, Mr. Camera Junkie? Good to see you in here tonight. We just chatting, hanging out, talking about some of these new cameras. St. Louis says, love my Reds. Just picked up the Lumix S1R2. So fresh. It's still in the box. Ooh. Yeah, see, I wish I didn't own as many RF lenses as I did, and I would just get PO lenses for all my cinema stuff. The fact that Kofi already knows the secret. Yeah, we already know Kofi. Kofi's just in here just rage commenting. He's just literally saying the most nonsensical nonsense he can on stream. Let's see. Panasonic's gonna drop the Eva 2. I've asked him about that. I don't think so. So the Eva is like a weird camera where it's technically a cinema camera. It's a video camera, but it falls underneath the cinema umbrella of Panasonic. But that umbrella is not making cameras anymore. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I don't think we're gonna. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're not getting an Eva 2 tomorrow because I kind of already know what we're getting tomorrow. And if they do drop an Eva 2, it would be very surprising, and I'd be surprised that they were able to keep it under wraps for as long as they did. Yeah, the FX3 needs a lot of stuff. Personally, when I look at the FX3 Mark II, I'm looking for 6K. I'm looking for some form of internal RAW. They need real time code. it needs to come out with shutter angle. And I said 6K, right? I would say a 6K partially stacked sensor, because I'm pretty sure Sony makes the sensor that the Z6 III is using and this new Lumix camera is supposed to be using. But I believe Sony makes that sensor. I don't know that for sure. So it's kind of crazy that Sony hasn't put that partially stacked sensor in one of their own cameras yet. Now, maybe they're going to skip partially stacked and go straight to a global shutter. That would be wild. That would be dope. As long as the dynamic range doesn't suck too much. No, guys says, why don't you literally write it off? Write what off? You know that writing stuff off doesn't make it free, right? You still got to spend money. Aren't all mounts like that? So to a degree, right? So it's less about, for me, it's not, it's like, yes, all mounts lock you in, but it's how much flexibility you have within certain mounts, right? So like, if you have, he said, losses off your lens. No, you can't just write that off. Like it doesn't like just wipe. It's not like when you write stuff off, you lose that exact amount out of taxes. That's not how write-offs work at all. And I just did my taxes, so I can tell you, not the same thing. But what you can do with most of these lens mounts is there's flexibility, right? So if you look at the L mount, there's flexibility in that mount system. You can buy lenses from Lumix. You can buy lenses from Leica. You can buy lenses from Sigma, so you get high quality lenses. So you got options there, right? When you think about a Nikon camera body, you can use Sony lenses. You can use obviously Nikon lenses. You can adapt to L mount lenses. You can adapt to EF lenses. You can adapt to old Nikon camera body lenses. Like there's a lot of options there. With the RF mount, there's very few options. It's like buy a Canon autofocusing lens or buy a cropped Sigma lens, which is what I don't want, or everything else is manual, which is why RF feels like a prison, because the only way to get a full frame autofocusing Canon lens is to buy it from Canon, and they're going to charge you a crap ton of money for it. RF seems like an abusive relationship you just got to deal with. Basically, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Some days it's nice to me, but some days it feels abusive. All right. Just start getting PL lenses. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing going forward, but the problem is I'm already so invested, and I do need autofocusing lenses, so can't wait for the RF Blazar Apex lens. Keep waiting, Gus. We're going to be waiting forever. We're never going to get it because it's an autofocusing lens, and I doubt it. Now, truth be told, if there was a lens that Canon would open up the RF mount for, I would imagine it could be the Blazar Apex lens, only because Canon does not and has never, as far as my knowledge is confirmed, they have never made anamorphic lenses. So if they were going to open up an autofocusing full frame lens, I would imagine that the Blazar Apex could be the first, just because it is in no way competition to them at all. So we can only hope. Mark says, I'm selling my Nikon gear to go to Lumix. See, people gonna change. Yeah. What happened to those Kofi cups? Kofi said he was going to send me some Kofi cups, y'all. He ain't sent me jack squat. But he's over here talking about some other stuff. So we'll see. We'll see if I ever actually get the Kofi cups. Rylan says, stream is looking crispy tonight. Hey, I appreciate that. New lens. Who this? I don't know why Panasonic stopped the Vericam, because they shut down that wing of their whole department. Like that whole department that did the Vericams, that did the Evas, they're not doing that anymore. But I've heard there's some other options out there on the table. But I don't know how, like, for sure they are. Have you heard anything about the rumored Nikon red version of the FX3? I have not. I have not heard anything. My understanding is that we're still a little ways out. If we were to get a Nikon red version of the FX3, I'll be very honest with you. That's a camera I'm about ready to... I will go through the hardship. If you give me a red in the body of an FX3 with autofocus that is like Nikon level autofocus, Sony level autofocus, Canon level autofocus. If you can give me a red in the body style of an FX3 with autofocus and has red colors, I'll take, red raw. Oh, it's a wrap, son. That's my dream camera. Actually, the Komodo is very solidly close to my dream camera. Only problems I have with it is the top screen isn't the top screen is fine, but you got to use an external monitor with it, and the autofocus isn't super, super reliable. So that keeps it from being a daily camera for me. It becomes more of a production camera. But bro, give me a red with autofocus and an FX3 body, and I don't care. Put a Z mount on it. I will figure out a way to get rid of these lenses. I'll take a loss for that type of a camera. Mr. Camera Junkie says it already had shutter angle on the FX3, FX30. I'm talking about it needs to have on the FX3, FX32. It needs to come built in. Don't play no games next time. You're a cinema camera. Have shutter angle. Dude, I think I got behind on the chats again. I'm sure Nikon makes their own sensors and Sony manufactures it. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it has worked. So the way that it typically works is, first off, when it comes to manufacturing sensors, there's only 3 companies in the world that can actually manufacture sensors. I know of one in Taiwan? I don't know. No, it's Taiwan. One's in Taiwan, and then the other 2 are secretive. Some people rumorly say they know where they're at. I don't know where they're at. And then so you have companies that manufacture the sensors, and the way you order your sensor. So you have to send in a design, and then that sensor is then made, right? But then not all companies design their own sensors, right? So in the past, Lumix doesn't design their own sensors. They have bought sensor designs from Sony. The same with Nikon. However, Red does design their own sensors and has always designed their own sensors, and was one of the unique things about Red, and what also made them very valuable to a company like Nikon. And so this is one of the unique elements where I feel like Nikon will be able to work with Red to design their future sensors so they don't have to buy them from Sony, which is ultimately what can save them a lot of money. And then also on the other side, allows them to tweak the sensors to really lock in with exactly what they're looking for. All right, let's see. PL is the freest mount. Yeah, except you don't have autofocus. And I didn't really love the DJI LiDAR system. It was good, but it just wasn't amazing to me. Insurance fraud is obviously the answer. Well, of course it is. Wyatt Jelly Donut? Of course insurance fraud is the solution. I don't know, officer. They all just disappeared. All my lenses, they were just stolen. Doc says, get a sugar mama. That's the blueprint. Yeah, well, I'm married, and unless my wife changes careers and has a drastic difference, ain't no sugar mama situation happening on this side. Still no autofocusing LZ mounts. Very possible, though, with the flange distance. Yeah, I agree, Logan. We should be getting that. I would imagine we should be getting those pretty soon. I'd imagine people are probably working on that. Who do you think will drop the most controversial review of the Lumix S1 II tomorrow? The most controversial review? Probably coming from Gerald Undone. He every time Lumix drops a new camera and Gerald Undone reviews it, it's a controversy waiting to happen. So Tomorrow, I'll be sitting back with my popcorn bucket, enjoying all the drama as it unfolds. Can you get a tilt shift Z mount lens for Nikon? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if Nikon makes tilt shift lenses. I know you can adapt Canon EF to the Z mount, and then there are Canon EF Z mount lenses. So Kofi says, take that up with Condor Blue. Kofi, your name is on the cups. I'll take it up with you. Honestly, I don't care. They're like less than $100, right? Let's go online and see how much Kofi cups cost. Amazon.com. Kofi. Are they actually called Kofi cups? I hope they are, because that's what I'm looking for. Condor Blue X Kofi Yaboya Kofi Capture Cups. They are $95. And they won't get in until May 23rd to May 27th. Boy, you sold out Amazon? Shout out to my boy. Hey, shout out to Kofi. He sold out Amazon with his Kofi Capture Cups. If you try to buy them on Amazon right now, you're going to be waiting a minute. It don't matter if you got Prime or not. You ain't getting them. Hey, congratulations, Kofi, on selling out your Kofi Cups on Amazon Prime. That's dope. Good for you, man. Let's see. Hopefully the tariffs. Hey, if I buy my Kofi Capture Cups after the tariffs drop, do I get a discount, Kofi? Let me know. Let's see. I remember reading Nikon did design the Z6 III sensor. Did they? I don't believe they did. I've heard that that's a Sony sensor. I've heard it's a Sony sensor. Could be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things, but I've heard that could be a Sony sensor. Kofi got C cups. Bro, you got the comments tonight. Bro, trolling the name is genuinely perfect for you. Kofi got C cups. Oh my gosh. Shill, I don't even know it. Oh, sheesh, I didn't even know it. Yeah, bro, look at you go, Kofi. Don says, I bought all of them. Bro, that's so sick. Mark says, what was your first video camera? First video camera was a Canon R... No. Why did I say R? My first Canon was a Canon T2i. Canon T2i, first camera. First video camera I ever bought. If you're asking for a cinema camera, Blackmagic Pocket 4K. First cinema camera I ever bought. Let's see. Yeah, it's all right. Kofi, I'm mad I'm not on the embargo list too. Bro, we appreciate it. Hey, you can spend your entire tariff fund right here on this live stream. I'm totally fine with it. I am accepting all super chats. All super chats all night long. James says, what is the oldest cinema camera you shot with? Recently, I shot with a Sony SRW 9000 PL from 2010. 1080p CCD sensor. Geez, I think... What is the... Oh, Lord Kamaki's in here. What is the oldest camera I shot with? Probably like a Sony FS5 or something crazy like that. Let me see. Sony FS5. Let me see if that's the camera. Yeah, that's probably the oldest camera I ever shot with. Like a Sony FS5. Cinema camera. That's the oldest cinema camera I ever shot with. And that was like years ago. Can't remember. Actually, I guess I've shot with a... What's older? An FS5 or a Red 1? Because I've shot with a Red 1, but I I don't remember. I don't remember which one came out first. I can't keep up with it. Cam Mackey in the building. He says, everyone tune in for my Sony FX3 video tomorrow. What is with you and Kofi? Y'all just in here lying to folks. Got everybody thinking that a Sony FX3 video is coming out tomorrow. Ain't nobody thinking that an FX3 II is coming out tomorrow. Don't come in here and start lying. That's right, Preston. Shield Team 6 is creeping in slowly. Yeah, they creeping in here, trolling and lying on the stream for no good reason. Y'all better get out of here with that nonsense. Everybody know y'all dropping videos tomorrow. We gonna see who has the best video tomorrow. We gonna go live tomorrow, and we're gonna look at this new camera that we don't know what it is, right, chat? We don't know what it is. Wink, wink. We don't know. We don't know what it is, right, chat? Chat. Tell them we don't know what it is. But we gonna see what drops tomorrow, and then whatever drops tomorrow, we'll see who drops the best video tomorrow. That's what I'm looking for. The Sony FS5 was released in November 2025. Was it really? I feel like no, that's not the oldest camera I shot with. Then I shot with another one, another Sony. I don't remember which one it was though. I skipped some. Let me go back up real quick. Would you ever shoot a project on film? Chandler, I don't think I would shoot, like, with my education of film today, no. I would probably shoot parts of a film or of a project on film, but I don't think I could ever shoot the entire project on film with my current knowledge because I just don't know enough. Like, I genuinely don't know enough. So we'll see. Yeah, we know what's coming out. Let me see. Mark says, I feel so old in this chat. Mine is the Canon GL2 Dream camera, was the XL2, but couldn't afford it. Nah, it's all good, bro. You're right. You're right at home. You ain't know. You ain't know. Nobody can tell, bro. You're in a safe space. Red One was in August 2007. So maybe the Red One was the oldest one that I've ever shot with. Just wait till I start reviewing your camera reviewers on my channel. Bro, that's tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. Super chat came in from Solomon 321 says, looking forward to Cam and Kofi's new Lumix videos. Will they drop at midnight? I don't think they're gonna drop at midnight. They're probably gonna drop, I think, when is Lumix's video? When's Lumix's live stream? Lumix has a live stream they're doing tomorrow. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube and see if we can look up Lumix's deal. Let's see. Bro, I bet you I type in Lumix and Cam Mackey pops up. Oh, gosh. So loud. Let's go lives. Okay, they got a upcoming stream scheduled for tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I would imagine everybody will be dropping their videos like at the exact same time, unless Lumix told them like wait till like 30 minutes after or something like that. Oh dang! It just hit me. They have their stream at 9 a.m. and I have a business call at 9 a.m. So pretty much as soon as my business call is done, I'll probably be looking to go live. We'll see. Usually the embargoes are in the morning. Yeah, so the website, if they don't go live until 9 a.m., I can't imagine the embargo is before that. There's no chance. All right, let's go through. All right, and then why film as much as I love film? Cheaper to shoot. Film is cheaper? There's no way film is cheaper. Tips to overcome nerves being in front of the camera. This is a crappy answer, but you just gotta do it. I mean, so the way I remember when I first started making content, I was like super self-conscious about being in front of the camera. So I started off making Snapchats. And I liked Snapchats because they were gone in 24 hours. This is like, dang, I'm going to age myself a bit here. But this was like a while ago, you know, maybe 10 years ago. Close. Not quite 10 years ago. No, it was 10 years ago. Dang. So I started making Snapchat stories because they'd be gone in 24 hours. And so I'd basically just vlog my day in Snapchat stories. And the nice thing was I could do like 6 seconds and then upload, and then go do something else and then do 5 seconds and then upload. And I didn't have to edit it and I didn't have to do anything. I could just go. Go. So I started with Snapchat stories, and then from there I went to, bro, you call me Unk in the chat is wild. I have heard that I am not Unk status. Unk status doesn't kick in until you're 35, all right? I am not 35, so I'm not Unk yet. Dang. But yeah, so basically I started off with Snapchat stories, and then from Snapchat stories, I really then started moving on to like, I would, instead of just doing like little clips here and there, this was around the time Instagram integrated Instagram stories, and then who was it? Jesse Driftwood, if y'all know who he is, phenomenal creator. He was making like 60-second little vlogs that were like edited, had like transitions and stuff like that. Peter McKinnon like put them on and all this stuff. And so I saw what he was doing and I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. And so then I started doing like 60-second vertical, like more edited like vlogs, like almost think like Casey Neistat style vlogs, but like 60 seconds and vertical. And so I started with that, and then slowly I started making YouTube videos. But the nice thing about YouTube videos is if they suck, which is like a really bad thing to say, but like if your YouTube videos suck and nobody watches them, it's kind of a good thing because you're not failing publicly. You know, you're failing kind of in private. And so you can kind of just try things. And so that's what I started doing. I just started making YouTube videos, trying stuff. The biggest thing I learned was stop trying to get views and just start making better content, because when you're trying to get views, you like share your YouTube video on your Facebook page and like, you know, or back then, dang, I'm sharing my age. This is terrible. Oh my gosh, y'all got me twice. But basically I was sharing my YouTube video on social media platforms, and then I was always self-conscious because I was like, oh, my friends are going to see it and they're going to judge me. So then I stopped posting my videos for family and friends to see, and I just started focusing on making content online, and then I kind of got freed up and started to feel a little bit better. But it is one of those things that you just kind of have to do, and you get better. And I will say, since live streaming, I feel like I've gotten even better. I've gotten better at like showcasing my personality and, you know, whatever. Not caring as much, really, because when live streaming, you can't edit it, so you just really don't care. All right, let's see. Hundreds watching, but only 29 likes. Yeah, Gus, tell him. He said 100 people watching, only 29 likes. Diabolical. Sorry, I yelled in y'all's ear. That was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. Let's see. Brandon's business call is to ask Lumix to put him on. He's lying to y'all. Yeah, right, Kofi. Oh, we already know. That ain't happening. We need more DGO sensors. Talk to Canon. We'll see. The best film emulator I've seen is the Film Unlimited Power Grade. Oh, I've never played around with that one. Mark says, how did you get your start? If you're asking about how did I get my start in cameras, like shooting, before I ever picked up a camera, I was on like a breakdance crew. Like we were like a hip hop dance crew or whatever. And we kind of like, we were doing our thing back when like America's Got Talent is before that. It was America's Best Dance Crew. We like tried out for that show and all this other stuff. But back then, if you had like a dance crew and you wanted to like, travel and, do your thing, you had to have a YouTube channel. So I picked up a camera to film my dance crew and then fell in love with shooting the videos more than I did choreographing the routines, because I also used to choreograph the routines. So then that's why I switched over to the camera. Also, the camera is less wear and tear on the body. So it was a good investment. Yeah, wait, what's Gen Alpha? Which one is Gen Alpha? Is Gen Alpha the kids? Let's see. Gen Alpha, born after 2010. Okay, I ain't that young, but I appreciate it. I got that Gen Alpha. I don't have that Gen Alpha skin. I definitely got that millennial. You not unk yet, kid. See, I appreciate Doc can say nice things. I appreciate that, Doc. I'm not unky yet. I'm getting there. What does that mean? Tra-la-rello? Tra-la-la? What the heck does that mean? Brandon, I don't know what that is. Let me look this up. I gotta Google what you're asking for, Charles, before I say. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Why it looks like it's like, I don't get it. Obviously, maybe I am old. Maybe I am old. Oh my gosh. Unk status is 50 and older. I don't think that's it, bro. I don't think you gotta be that old to get unk. Unk status starts at 35, or your hairline departs to the realm of the living. Where unk, bro? No! No! Don't talk about the hairline. No! By the way, I'm bald by choice. I'm bald by simplicity. I want to simplify my life. It's easy just to hop in the shower and just shave it off than it is to have to like try to schedule appointments and go to the go to the barber and all that stuff. It's just easier just to shave it all off. So I'm bald by choice, Kofi. My hairline was helping me make that choice, but I'm bald by choice. You know what I mean? I'm bald by choice, and I stand on it. Oh my God. Hey, don't get on there. Beards plus bald equals equivocal unk status. Oh no. Is that what this live stream is? Me figuring out that I'm officially unk status? Y'all are wild. If y'all call B-Wash unk, I must be dead. Well, Doc, you at least unk status because you bald and got the beard, bro. So, bro, apparently we old. Bro, Charles, you a diabolical. You must be a use. You one of the use. You gotta be. You in here roasting my age like this. He says, dude, are you even in your 40s? No, I'm not in my 40s. What do you mean? Are you even asking me? You that's not for me. That must be a question for Doc. He ain't asking me if I'm in my 40s. I don't look like I'm in my 40s. I'm gonna have to get some. What's those people get? Botox or something? I ain't getting no Botox. I'm just gonna age gracefully. I really don't care. Ron says, I have band t-shirts older than Brandon. See? I ain't old. Can you get sturdy? Of course I can get sturdy. What, Charles? I hit it. Oh my God. Gen Alpha is like 17 and below. Yeah, I'm definitely no Gen Alpha. That's for dang sure. Ain't no way. Cam Mackey says, I'm unk status in 3 months. Yo! Happy early birthday, Cam. That's Cam Mackey old, see? Cam Mackey's old. I ain't old. Sorry, I had to double check that message, make sure that's not something for the stream. Kofi says, I'm bald by choice, said by every bald person. I am bald by choice, bro. I'm bald by choice. This is my decision. I made this choice Time did not make this choice for me. Brandon's at the age where he yells, Lumix, get off my lawn. Oh, gosh. I'm at that age where I'll be like, what's you little whippersnappers shooting on? What's that? That Lumix? Y'all trying to get that open gate? Y'all trying to get that open gate out there? That's going to be me. Brandon, you aged like a Saiyan. See, this is the type of comments I want to see. Brandon ages like a Saiyan. I appreciate that. I want that. I will say, when I was a kid, I was like, dang, Vegeta looks so cool. And then when you get older, you realize that man has a crazy widow's peak. Like, that man is receding like crazy. But when you can destroy the whole earth, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about your hairline. So that's all I'm gonna say. I got Saiyan hairline, you feel me? But I'm bald by choice. I'm going for more of a Jiren look right now than a Vegeta hairline. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Brandon got a baby face. I don't think he'll ever be an unk. See, I appreciate that, Cam. Mark says, no, I'm not saying you're old. Not even 40 yet. It was supposed to be a comp. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Anyways, who's excited about the FX3 tomorrow? Chat, are y'all excited about the FX3 tomorrow? My kids are definitely not Lumix shooter, Kofi. My kids, I raised my children right. Okay? I raised my kids to be respectful, creative human beings. They do not shoot Lumix. I see why people think I actually hate Lumix. I really don't. I really don't hate Lumix. But it's just too funny. Funny how Goku's young forever and Chi-Chi's mad about it. Yeah, you can just be like Bulma and just ask to, age yourself by 5 years, every 5 years. And nobody will know the difference. If it's a Nikon FX3, then yes, I'm excited. Look, I'm telling y'all right now, we talked about the Lumix a little bit earlier, as the Shield Team 6 wants everybody to freaking believe an FX3 is coming. If we get an FX3 tomorrow, wild. Not gonna happen. But the internet will genuinely explode. Well, like, here's my question. Shield Team 6, y'all are in the chat right now. Y'all want to lie to people. Tell the truth. If there was a Lumix camera that y'all may or may not know about coming out tomorrow, and an actual FX3 II, embargo releases at the exact same time, which video are you dropping? Shield Team 6? Who you shielding for? Chat, pressure them into giving you an answer. Who is Shield Team 6 shielding for? Charles says, is Shield Team 6 just other YouTubers? Genuinely, I don't really even know. I know right now it's Cam Mackey, it's Kofi, it's Terry. They've been claiming Shield Team 6. I would like to be a part of Shield Team 6, but nobody sent me an invite. So I'm just out here not shilling on my own. I think it's because I don't rock with Lumix. I think you got to shield for Lumix in order to be a part of Shield Team 6. And I don't think I'll ever get the invite. Lumix won't even give me a chance to shield for him. So, no, honestly, I really don't care. FX3, dude. They say FX3 is more important than whatever Lumix is dropping. Lumix gang. Kofi's going to give us the diplomatic answer. It depends. What's in the FX3? Trash answer, Kofi. Trash answer. Do I have a boo sound effect on here? I do. Boo, Kofi. Boo. Terrible. FX3 will give more views. Thank you, Charles. You know what it is. We already know. FX3 Mark II, that's what they're going to talk about because it's going to get more views. We already know. FX3 Mark II gets more reviews. But the Lumix is probably going to be a better value. I don't know. We'll see. We will see tomorrow. Cam says, you all know Sony ain't ever doing open gate, so there's your answer. Oh my gosh. Cam Mackey says, bro, if it ain't got open gate, it ain't a real cinema camera. Cam Mackey say, if it don't got open gate, it's not a real video camera. Cam Mackey say, if your camera don't have open gate, you're not a real filmmaker. These are all things that Cam Mackey actually said. He texted them to me and told me not to tell y'all live, but I let it slip. Sorry, Cam. Cam said, if you don't shoot open gate, you're a photographer. That's what he said. I didn't say that. Cam Mackey, that's disrespectful. You get a boo too. Trash, Cam Mackey. That's a trash way to treat the people who have supported you and watched all your content. Oh my gosh. He said I did say that. I stand on business. Oh my God. He is wild. He is a wild individual. Oh my gosh. He's so real for that, honestly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hey, Justin Porter said, you don't need open gate. Just frame it correctly. Hey, y'all are some wild individuals. Oh my gosh. Now, what would you do if Blackmagic made an FX3 style camera with Pixis-like design? I believe that the FX3 is still the superior run and gun camera design. So anybody who gives me that with a good image, I'd be okay with. Y'all got Reds and Aris and more cameras than the average person will see in a lifetime. Only thing that I can get you. Oh my gosh. I gotta pull that comment off. I gotta start reading the comments before I put them on. Bro, just because you super chat does not mean I'm putting your comment up on the screen anymore. I gotta start reading these comments before I put them up. But I will say the Komodo X is fire. The red Komodo X is fire. Y'all are wild. You don't need open gate, just crop. That's wild. Give us a 3x2 sensor, not to use it. Yeah. Why give us a 3.2 sensor and not use? I believe I would like to see open gate on all the cameras. I'm here for it. Red Wakanda X is crazy though, Charles. Red Wakanda X is wild. I just got news from Brandon got test. Wait, I just got the news that Brandon got tested earlier. Bruh, what are you talking about? I got tested. What do you mean I got tested? I don't know what you're talking about. He says, here's something. Blackmagic Pocket 12K. Trash. We've already established. Have y'all seen the poll? Did y'all see the poll in the chat? Who has the ugliest camera bodies? Blackmagic Design. They won unanimously. Over 50% of people said that's the ugliest one. That's wild. Oh, Brandon got texted. Oh, okay. That's what you meant to say, Logan. I was confused. Oh, I just got the news that Brandon got texted earlier. Okay, Logan. So you know. I bet Ryan Coogler would prefer open gate. Have y'all seen Sinners? If y'all haven't seen Sinners, y'all need to go see that while it's in theaters. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. It's got me looking at the Fuji GFX 100 too, because they shot that on that IMAX, but it's a medium format size sensor. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. Charles says the poll is about the Ursa and the Pocket. Pixis is fire. I think I agree with that. Lumix got my credit card sending. Bro, here's the deal. If y'all see me buying and going all in on Lumix, first things first, I was paid handsomely. Second thing, don't let me in your house. Don't let me in the house. Especially if I'm like, yo, let me get you mind if I come in? Don't let me in. Because something's up. Something's up. No, I'm just kidding. The Lumix is doing some great stuff right now, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I told the people at NAB, I talked to the guys over at Lumix, at NAB, and I told them straight up, I'm currently in the market. I'm looking around. I'm willing to switch. My only problem is I got to figure out what to do with all these RF lenses. If I can figure that out, y'all, my eyes are really wide open right now because when I tell you every camera is good, back in the day, I was picking cameras based off of how good the image was. I ain't doing that now. I'm looking for who offers me the most money. What brand is going to pay me the most money? That's what I'm looking for. That's the only thing. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, my gosh. All right. Guys, we have 86 people watching the stream currently. Only 43 thumbs up. I would love to hit 69 likes. We've done it before on a late night stream. I don't know why that's my goal. It's just a fun goal to have. So let's try to hit that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get to 69 likes. If we can get to 69 likes, Cam Mackey will release his video that he's supposed to release tomorrow. He'll release it right now. He'll release it right now on the stream live for y'all if we can get to 69 likes. I'm just kidding. Kobe says, I'm telling Nikon. You tell who? Tell who? They already got me. I'm on their website. Charles says, chat, hit 68. Just stop. Stop at 68 likes. Oh, my God. Switching mounts is like investing in a completely new hobby. My boy, that is so true. That is so freaking true. That is so freaking true. Oh my gosh, keep it 100. Nah, just messing with y'all. Cam Mackey, don't come in here. Don't come in here starting mess. Don't come in here starting mess. Blazar got these interchangeable mounts, fam. Excuses are out. Bro, it's not the mount on the lens. I mean, well, the problem I have is with camera bodies. My camera bodies are RF mount, and I got a bunch of RF mount lenses, so it's just hard to switch. It's just hard to switch. Bro, we're at 54 likes. We're so close to getting Cam Mackey's video early. He's going to break. I need to stop. He's not going to break the embargo for y'all. Y'all, 69 likes on my channel will... Destroying his reputation with these brands is not worth 69 likes on my live stream. But I will say, tomorrow, hopefully, Cam Mackey's video is a banger. I have not been privy to it yet. I have not seen it yet. But hopefully we can see it real soon. But they're Blazars. I can almost guarantee you whatever video Cam is dropping tomorrow, there's probably Blazars on that. Oh, I don't know. No, there's definitely. Let's do that poll. I want to see if we can get a 100% poll going in the chat. We're gonna end the last poll. Blackmagic kills it with 50% being the ugliest camera they have. Start a poll. Chances Cam has Blazar. Oh, wait. Will Cam have Blazars in his video tomorrow? Will Cam have Blazars in his video tomorrow? That is the poll. Yes or no? Let's see if we can get 100% on the yes. What is it? Chat, let's vote. Cam says, just to be clear, I don't actually have a video coming out tomorrow. We don't really know. We don't know anything. Oh, Cam is actually finally going to release this photo of Terry in a crop top. That'll be interesting. No one wants to see that, but sure, post that on the internet. Somebody missed the yes button. That was Cam. That was Cam. Well, somebody already ruined the poll, so the poll's a bust. The poll is a bust. Somebody messed it up. It was Cam Mackey. He busted it. Or it was a Lumix plant. I'm about to buy the Panasonic Evil 1 because Zach Mayfield made an EF glass. Because of Zach Mayfield, back to EF glass. That's actually crazy. Did you guys see that? This comment just popped up. About to buy the Evil 1. Did y'all see Zach's video? Zach Mayfield, did he release it today? I think he released it today. Let's go check real quick. Let's go YouTube. Let's look up Zach Mayfield. Oh my gosh, it's 11:20, y'all. Zach Mayfield. Yeah, okay, it came out today. If y'all haven't seen this video yet, y'all should definitely go check it out after this stream. Let me I'm gonna copy it and throw it in here. Zach Mayfield just released this video, and it's on the Evil 1. Picked it up for $1,500. Seems like it's a steal of a camera right now for the price. What mount is the Evil 1? It is EF mount. It is a EF mounted camera, Logan. See, y'all need to stop looking for new cameras and just go buy old ones. I wonder how much you can get a Evil 1 for. Let's see. If I pull this out on its own, what'll happen? Let's see. If I do that. Oh, no. I don't want to go to that screen. Let's go. Well, heck, I guess I just got to go back to my main screen. I was trying to do my picture-in-picture, but I guess I don't have it. I don't have one set up for my desktop, which is wild. I thought I would have had one. But basically, the Evil 1 is a EF-mounted camera. And I was trying to go to, let's go to MPB and see if they don't have an Evil 1. Let's see how much they're going for. Zach said he got his for $1,500. Let's see. Evil 1. Oh, they don't have any. Oh, MPP must be sold out. Well, if you can get your hands on an Evil 1 for $1,500, Zach made a dope video that showcases what it could do. It's pretty fire. Mr. Camera Junkie says, upgrade your skills for sure. And then, I know I got behind. I missed some stuff. Gonna watch it after the stream. Yeah, you should definitely check it out. Zach Mayfield is also just like a cool dude, dope dude. So y'all should definitely go just subscribe to his channel. Show him some love. He's like super sick guy. Super dude. Sick dude. Try to make sure I didn't get in trouble. Bet. All right, we're good. Gus says, poor Viltrox. What happened to Viltrox? Oh, Mighty says there's a bunch on eBay. Let's go to eBay. You know what I need to do? I need to set up a scene really quick so y'all can actually see my screen. Because this is... Let's see if I can build a scene real quick. Let's do new. And then let's add... Add some overlays. Let's grab the screen. And then we're gonna grab... Wait, what happened to it? Oh, there it is. And then we want it to be... What is going on? All right, well, I'm trying to set the screen up so y'all can actually see what the heck I'm looking at. There we go. And now let's move this sucker over. All right, doing this all live and in real time is wild. Ecamm is quick like that. So easy. Brandon can do it. Shut up, Doc. Doc, I don't need that type of energy tonight. Wild individual. So easy. Brandon can do it. Ha 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 ha. Doc, you're so funny. Wow, look at that. Now we got a little picture-in-picture action. All right, so let's go to eBay. Let's look up, let's see, Eva 1. Dang, y'all. $1,000? That one seems overpriced. $1,400? Comes with a camera, battery, monitor. Dang. Why are they selling the motherboard for $1,250? Who got a broken Eva that's not just gonna go buy a whole used one? Dude, this is like a full kit for $25. This is crazy. This is crazy. Today's sponsor. No, eBay is not the sponsor because they didn't pay me jack squat, y'all. You got to pay for the sponsorship. But yeah, dog, this is actually pretty crazy. Eva going for $2,500 is wild. $1,577. This one right here, it might be the steal. Free delivery from the United States. No tariffs. That's crazy. Eva 1 with the S1 R2 with a faster processor to fix some readout. That'd be sick. That would be sick, Kofi. Oh, I gotta move this dang comment. Okay, wait. Let me move myself. Maybe I'll put myself up here. There we go. Bro, that's actually pretty crazy. You can make an offer on eBay, FYI. Yeah, I'm not making an offer on this. Maybe I didn't make that clear. I'm not buying nothing. We just looking at prices, Mr. Camera Junkie. I'm not making an offer. I'm just messing with you. No, it's pretty sick. I'm surprised you mean, I know in his title he said that the video was or that the camera only costs $15. But like when you hop on eBay and you see those exact same prices, that's pretty crazy. $1,000 is parts only. What does that mean? Oh, is that one busted? Something wrong with this one? No, it looks fine. Panasonic 35. Let's see. 326 hours is a lot of hours. That is a lot of hours. I've never really understood though, like I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat can let me know. But like I don't think I understand like, you know, like I understand like why hours are important. It's like miles on a car. But I don't know what the number is you should be looking out for. What's up, Jeremy? What is the number when it comes to hours on on a camera? Like if you're looking at a camera online, how many hours should you be like staying away from it? Bro, this locking side handle, like the FX3 has it, this has it. That's clutch, y'all. Like that's genuinely clutch. Like that's not FX3, FX6. Like if I look up the Sony FX6, this is a camera I crazy enough genuinely was actually thinking about picking up. But dude, that side handle, why don't they have a good picture? Like this one here, like this locking side handle right here, y'all. That thing is clutch. Nikon actually makes a side handle for their cameras too. They don't talk about it a lot, like at all. Like at all. It's crazy. Nikon side handle. Yeah, this thing right here. This MC N10. This thing on the Nikon absolutely makes the Nikon so much easier to use. You can put it on a gimbal or you can put it on the side of your camera rig. I used this when I shot my my deal with the Z6 III. Made it so good. The only problem is it's USB-C only. Like you can see, like right up here, it's got a USB-C cable. So you got to run that USB-C cable like this. And then unfortunately, the USB-C is on the left side of all their camera bodies. So it kind of makes it like a cabled nightmare. But it does make shooting with a Nikon way more enjoyable, for sure. Gus says C400 got one. Got it. Jarrell's not here for the Canon fan people. He let y'all down tonight, so y'all get a chance to go down with the Canon fan people, Captain. All right, chat. Well, I tried to get us up to 69 likes. We just apparently could not get there. It would have been a really dope way to end the stream. I wish we would have been able to get there, but unfortunately, did not happen. Would have been really cool if we did. Kofi says, I'm out. Y'all have fun waking up to no new videos. Okay. Okay, Kofi. Okay, Kofi. That's my Kofi accent. I don't know why Kofi and Cam even showed up. Everybody know. We all know. But I'm nobody. So I'm just nobody on the internet. This is my little YouTube channel with 6,000 subscribers. So if you guys would like to subscribe to this channel so, we can grow and get up to the Kofi status and the Cam status, that would be really amazing. We'd really appreciate it. We're at 67, 68. Come on, y'all. One more like. Let's get there. We just need one. Y'all. One more like? Can we get it? Can we do it? Y'all, wow. Y'all just gonna leave me right at 68? Okay. Dang, somebody took their like away. Oh my gosh, y'all are wild. All right, fine. I don't even care no more. Just kidding, we hit 70. Hey, I appreciate y'all. We have a blast out here. Y'all are amazing. Charles, you're a diabolical human being. I just want you to know that. Charles, you are a diabolical human being. This man said leave him at 68. Wild. The youths run rampant on this show. It is clear. It is absolutely clear. Wild individual. Oh my gosh. Hey, I can't wait to hang out with y'all tomorrow. Definitely tune in tomorrow. I'll be live streaming talking about the nothing that is happening tomorrow, which is total BS. I mean, I can't say anybody's going to actually drop anything tomorrow, like videos, but we do know that Lumix is doing something tomorrow. They have a live stream scheduled for 9 a.m., so I would imagine something dope is coming. It'd be kind of a waste to go live for nothing, but, we'll find out in less than 24 hours, so I guess we'll leave it right there. Troll says, demonetized. Psh, bro, you think I make any money off these live streams? Not a dime, except for y'all's amazing super chats, of which I greatly appreciate. Thank you so much. We don't monetize these streams, so thank you guys so much. But thank you all so much for rocking with us, hanging out. It's been so great. Can't wait to hang out with y'all more. Charles says, watch you get like 80 likes in 2 minutes. We'll see. We'll really see. But yeah, thank y'all so much for coming in, hanging out with me tonight. It's been so much fun. It's been a blast. I'll see y'all tomorrow. What in the world we doing up so late? Rob, we going to bed. That's what we doing right now. It's time to go to bed. We going to bed. But tomorrow, we will, bro, the way I totally forgot about COD, I genuinely forgot about COD. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Either way, we'll run it back. We'll run it back. Dang, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot about it. But yeah, we gonna call it a night because tomorrow we got a lot of streaming to do because a lot is happening tomorrow. We'll have a lot to talk about. And maybe or maybe not, if Cam and Kofi have nothing going on tomorrow, they can maybe hop into the stream and talk to us about the nothing they got going on tomorrow. What time tomorrow, y'all? After stuff drops. The stuff that we don't know is coming. The stuff we don't know coming tomorrow, that's when we'll start streaming. So, all right, y'all have a great night. Thank y'all so much. It's been real. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Full frame GFX GH6 tomorrow. Fingers crossed. FX3 Mark II dropping tomorrow. Canon R1 II drop. No, now we're just saying dumb shit. All right, I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all so much. It's been real. Peace out, y'all.